Hi, welcome to Strength Project. Today we're going to talk about the hollow body, hollow back press handstand, which is a hybrid exercise combining that planche dip position and also a handstand dip. So a true hollow body, hollow back press handstand really would start laying flat on the ground on your stomach and then putting the hands far enough back that you can get enough counterbalance or lever in your body to start pressing it up towards the handstand. Now, the true hollow back doesn't have any rocking motion to it. It's purely using a tight arch to hollow body contraction to make that initial movement off of the ground. And then once you're up high enough, it passes through somewhat of a planche push-up position and then on up towards, you'll notice maybe a little bit of a headstand position, but that would be your handstand dip strength. So now that you've seen it, I'm going to go ahead and give you a few exercises that will help build strength and progression towards doing that by yourself. So your first exercise is an arch rock. I know I'm in a tight arch position because when I lean forward, my heels will drive up towards the ceiling. The next exercise, you're going to combine that arch rock to a push-up position, seeing if you can create a little lift off the ground, and that looks a bit like doing the worm. Now, one thing to take particular notice to is I start in this arch position, but when I finish in a nice round hollow body position. So my first progression was the arch rock. And on that arch rock, you'll notice my arms were not too close to my shoulders. I kept them pretty far back because I'm going to need to learn to get comfortable with that leverage that I need to have from my hips, my hands near my hips. The next was just making sure that my headstand to push handstand is strong. So obviously you'd want to have a handstand dip to do this exercise. Now I'm going to combine those two things, the arch rock, immediately into the headstand push-up or handstand push-up. The mat is pretty far back, right where my hands are, so I can pivot off the mat. If you find yourself way back here, you're not going to get the leverage that you need. So our first progression was the arch rock. Then second, making sure that I have a good headstand to push to handstand at minimum. Hopefully if you have a handstand dip, then this will be a lot easier. So I'm combining these two exercises using the assistance of a panel mat, which is going to give me a little extra lift, and also my hips are going to pivot right on the edge here of the mat, so that makes it pretty easy. If my chest is at the edge of the mat, which is what most people want to do initially because you're used to this push-up position, remember, it's going to feel a lot different. Your hands are going to be pretty close to the mat, and my hips are right at the edge here. So I'm really doing that arch rock position, and then push it up. Now you notice I used a panel mat today. You don't have to use a panel mat. However, the advantage of using a panel mat is, as you get stronger, you can simply take one layer out at a time until you're down towards the ground to that ultimate hollow body, hollow back press handstand position. This is a great way to learn it because it doesn't require anybody spotting you through the skill. You can simply do lots of repetition until you get strong enough and understand the counterbalance of the exercise, then take it to handstand. Once you're in that handstand, you can challenge yourself in lowering down and pressing back up, keeping the elbows away from your side, and then you truly have the hollow back press handstand. I'm Sam Tribble. That's your tutorial for today. Remember, if you have any questions and comments, please feel free to leave them, and that way we can address all your questions in our next video. Thanks for watching.